Life is all about making decisions. Every morning you wake up, you put your feet on the floor. Or if you're a social justice warrior, you wake up in the morning, you put your feet on the grass outside your tent. But as soon as you wake up, you are faced with decisions. Am I going to kiss my wife with morning breath before I get out of bed? Or do I let her keep sleeping? Do I want to go to work today? Where will I get coffee? These are all basic decisions, but oftentimes we are faced with critical choices, decisions that can impact the rest of your life. Many people like to blame circumstances for where they're at in life, but the truth is, the situation we find ourselves in, whether it's good or bad, the situation was created by the decisions that we made. Some decisions are easier to make than others, but I can tell you with 100% certainty, one of the easiest decisions you could ever make: do not fuck with Mike Tyson. If you were to encounter Mike Tyson somewhere in public, there are several choices you could make. One, pretend you don't notice him, ignore him, and move on. That would be my decision. I have never been one to want pictures with celebrities. I think it's weird. If it were to happen naturally, a conversation that just started organically, that's one thing. Then I'd get a picture. But to rush up to a celebrity and ask for a picture like some fanboy, that's just never been my style. Two, you could do what I just mentioned. Rush up to Mike Tyson, ask for a picture. Option three, you could relentlessly provoke him, spend minutes talking shit, escalating the situation as he tries to ignore your dumb ass. You could choose to ramp things up by pouring water all over his head. Now, of these three options, which would you choose? If I had to guess, most people are going to go with option two. Maybe some would be like me, choose option one. I don't know of anyone who would be dumb enough to go with option three, except some dumbass named Melvin Townsend III. I don't know how the first two versions of Melvin Townsend turned out. Perhaps his father and grandfather were successful contributors to society. Or maybe they were complete shitfucks, so the family tried a third iteration of Melvin Townsend, hoping to break the cycle. If that was the case, they failed miserably. Judging by his lengthy criminal record, Melvin Townsend is a menace to society. He's not a violent criminal. Even though I never condone violence, Melvin Townsend's one of those people where you understand when they get their ass kicked. He has managed to hit the grand slam of petty crimes: fraud, grand theft, burglary, trafficking stolen property. All crimes associated with drug abuse. Show me a thief, I'll show you someone struggling with substance abuse. Part of me can understand why Melvin is a drug addict. If my name was Melvin, I'd want to be high all the time too. The thing about drugs, other than the fact that they work temporarily, but the thing about drugs, they're expensive. In most cases, they're prohibitively expensive. I've never understood why companies waste money drug testing their employees. I can understand it from an insurance and liability perspective, but it's still a waste of time and money. For one, drug addicts generally aren't seeking employment. But two, if you do manage to hire a drug addict, it's not going to take you long to figure out they're a fucking drug addict. Anyway, I'm rambling off topic again. Melvin Townsend. Melvin Townsend III was on a flight from Florida to San Francisco Tuesday. Before the flight, several witnesses say that he was being a nuisance at the airport bar. Perhaps earlier in the day, he was partaking in 420 celebrations. He boarded the plane, seated in first class. A few minutes later, who comes to sit in front of him? Mike Tyson. The baddest man on the planet. I don't give a fuck how old Mike Tyson is. He could be 105. I still don't want to fight him. But our boy Melvin, he was feeling brave Tuesday. He decided the best course of action when seeing Mike Tyson for the first time was to provoke him. Watch for yourself.
Talk to your boss, talk to my boss. What are you talking about?
This is George talking to Mike Tyson, bro. This shit crazy, bro. Mike Tyson. My dog done got lit, man. He over here rapping with Tyson. Mike Tyson trying to give us some shrooms. You don't know how to act. Tyson looking out, man. This shit crazy as fuck.
He should have never gave you his money.
Peasants.
You got to credit Mike Tyson here. If this had been a regular person Melvin Townsend was provoking like this, they would have knocked his ass out immediately. Flying is miserable enough without having to deal with some loaded shit fuck sitting behind you in first class. Mike Tyson kept his cool for as long as he could. You know, I actually feel bad for Mike Tyson, at least in this situation here. Stupid fucks like Melvin Townsend, they think they can provoke people like Mike Tyson without repercussion. He's famous. He's in the public eye. I have the right to fuck with him. He won't hit me. He knows I'll sue. This belief can also apply to everyday people. There is this segment of society who believes they can do whatever they want without consequence. They take kindness for weakness. They don't think anyone will react. Let's go steal shampoo from Walmart. There are no consequences. Let's gather up the boys and go jump grandma on the subway. No one's going to stop us. Remember about a year ago, the woman that was sexually assaulted on a train in Philadelphia? There was something like 15, maybe 20 people on the train. She is literally being assaulted on the fucking floor in front of them. No one noticed. They ignored it. Didn't call the cops. Didn't stop the attack. They just let it happen. So I can understand why people like Melvin Townsend think they can behave like complete shitfucks and get away with it. Unfortunately, though, for him, he picked the wrong guy to fuck with. Mike Tyson decided he had enough. Watch for yourself. And to my manual reviewers out there on YouTube, please don't demonetize this video. I know you guys have been cracking down on what you think is grotesque violence, but this video right now is still monetized on TMZ's channel, so help the little guy out here. Let's go ahead and roll the film.
Hey. Hey, Mike, come on. Let's go stop back. Let's lose the horse, man.
JetBlue, mid flight. My boy just got beat up by Mike Tyson.
Does anyone blame Mike Tyson for reacting this way? I think Melvin Townsend got exactly what he deserved. I mean, the dude's 36 years old, and he's acting like a fucking teenager. He's my age. I couldn't imagine acting like this, behaving like this. If I acted this way, you wouldn't have to worry about Mike Tyson kicking my ass. My 71-year-old dad would handle it himself. Matter of fact, you know what I would do if I saw Mike Tyson on a plane?
Hey, come on, move it. You want? I like this seat. I like it better. Oh, this is nice.
When I saw this incident last night, the first thought that came to my mind, what the hell's Mike Tyson doing flying commercial? Was the G4 not available? Could you not find a private pilot to get you across the country? I'm not blaming him for what happened here. Mike Tyson did what anyone would do in that situation, but the man's got plenty of money. Why is he flying commercial? But anyway, let me get out of here. Today's a busy day. Game 3 is tonight in New Orleans. I'm sure I'll be posting plenty of pictures on Twitter tonight, so if you want to check them out, you can follow me at KC_BTL84. I plan on getting a video out tomorrow. I plan on it. Just depends on how I'm feeling. I'm going to try not to drink too much tonight. I used to be able to drink like a champ. Never got hangovers, but the last couple of years, I just can't handle the booze like I used to. I don't know if it's because I'm getting older or I don't drink as much as I did in the past, so my body's just not used to the booze. But I find myself drinking less nowadays because I hate feeling like shit the next day. Making these videos requires a lot of thinking, and I can't think when I'm hungover. Plus, when I spend a shitload of money on playoff tickets, I kind of like to remember the experience. But let me know what you guys think about Mike Tyson. Sound off in the comments below. Make sure to like and subscribe. Click the notification bell to receive all notifications from the channel. Best way to contact me is by email at btlkc84@gmail.com. Might see you guys tomorrow, if not Sunday.